Hey everyone, it's Justine, and YouTube notified me that it was my anniversary the other day. When I go back and look at this though, I'm not 100% sure if it actually is my YouTube anniversary. So according to YouTube, I posted my first video in August of 2011. 2011, so 12 years, oh my god. Anyway, I wanted to go back and kind of look at some of my favorite videos over the years, starting at the very beginning, when I thought I made awesome videos. We can get embarrassed, but we can also become so proud of how far this channel's come. And I thought I'd take you on a ride with me. So let's go look at what this channel's done in like 12 years. I promise you it's gonna be funny because I can only imagine how awful the quality was in the beginning. All right, let's go. Okay, so my very first video was my scrapbooking room. How fun. So let's take a look very briefly at that. What do we got here? Look, my camera is like shaking. I'm holding it clearly. I don't have any sort of tripod or anything fancy. I can't even watch this. This is making me sick. Okay, one of my first cards. Okay, taking a look at this, I'm not 100% sure what is going on that brown cardstock. First of all, I'm using brown cardstock. Second of all, there's all this white powder everywhere, so I'm guessing I tried to heat emboss and it didn't work out too well. I'm using some sort of border die, which is impressive. I think those were pre-cut. And a stamp that's very penny black style. I actually think the stamp's really pretty. I probably would never buy it today, but can we talk about this filming setup? I've got my Nintendo Wii games beside there, stacking up my camera. I'm actually using a desk where the keyboard holder is where my cutting mat is right now. Oh, this is just terrible. Let's skip for a bit. Oh, using acrylic blocks because the Misty wasn't a thing yet. I'm coloring with pencil crayons. That's a Canadian word. Colored pencils is what I'm referring to there. Oh, I remember that white stuff that was like when you heat it up and then it became snow. That was like the coolest thing ever. Oh, look at that. Look at that, finger daubers. Oh my god, I haven't used finger daubers in so long. Ah, this is so much fun. This is just the worst quality ever, but you know. Oh, look at that embossing job, Justine. Good job. There's just powder everywhere. Hilarious. The funny thing is I was close to my heart consultant, very, very young. And so I was always like teaching, look, let's look. I was always teaching. I'm not gonna put on sound or anything like that, but like, can we just talk about, for 5 seconds here, how young I am? Look, I wore like jewelry and makeup and I cared about my appearance. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, look how skinny I was. So let's go and, oh, I was called the Twilight Stamper. Look at that. Oh, I thought that, oh, having that avatar, I remember I paid money for that. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. All right. Oh, this is, okay. I'm still like into the close to my heart inks and everything like that. But these are So Susie stamps. So I must be on the So Susie stamps design team now. So this is my first ever design team. Oh my God, gel nails, fun. And there was no Misty at the time, so using one of those Fiskars foam press, I always called them like the pray and stamp. It was a lot easier than stamping on like an acrylic block, but it was still wasn't easy to stamp something in the same place, but it was the closest thing you could get to it if you screwed it up. You know, I do have to say this card is really pretty. I am a really big fan of it. You know, this isn't too bad, and you can see the quality getting like slightly better. I think I'm still crafting on the floor, but so I'm stamping things. Again, the Fiskars stamp press, God. When was the Misty invented? Oh, and that EK Success, that embossing tool was the worst. That thing never worked, at least for me. Maybe I had a dud, but it never worked. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. See, because you didn't have the Misty, you had to like attempt to line things up. I probably could have done that so much better now that I think about it. I could have just held the black cardstock over the white one and then stamped. Oh, this is funny. Ooh, foam tape. Not using enough foam tape. That's gonna sag, Justine, that's gonna sag. Well, that's pretty. You know what? The cards are definitely improving. I'll give myself this. You know, 2015 was a year. It was a year. Okay, let's move on. Like 2015 was a year, man. Like I created like 3 videos. Created like 3 videos a week, I think. I have like 4 pages. I've got definitely over 150 videos that year. That's insane. I think in total it was like 700 and something videos, wasn't it? 870 videos I've created so far, which is crazy. You know, back in the day when we made cards like this where we just had to make like one card and do a little voiceover. It was so easy to make so much content, but now it's like you're competing with so many people now to keep their interest and things like that, that you got to go so quick and pack as much detail in as possible so people feel like they're learning, and never a dull or a bored moment at all, because then people click away and watch something else. It's so much different now when I think about it. Like, these videos were so easy to make. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. And then the reverse card. Well, that's fun. I thought this was like the epitome of good photography too. Oh my God, it's awful. Not that I'm a great photographer. I'll definitely say that's not my strong point, but it's at least improved a bit since then. So now we're into 2017. I would say this was the year, yeah, I got my like first million views. This was the year where it was like, I'm starting to make more cards, giving more ideas, more tips. I'm on a lot of design teams, I think still, but I'm kind of getting out of them and moving to just guesting and things like that. And, you know, making bulk cards and showing Misty techniques. God, I was obsessed with the Misty. I even went to a trade show and demonstrated the Misty on behalf of my Sweet Petunia because I'm in love with them. And such pretty, I think this was from the Ton stamps, I think. That's just the most beautiful stamps. Still has some of the most beautiful stamps. Oh, this was when, I remember this phase. This was like my close to my heart, my favorite things. This was the time where I was on all the design teams that I'd ever dreamed of being a part of. And I was quite enjoying it until I didn't. Mainly because after a while, you're always working with kind of the same stuff, and you often get things that you would never use, and then it becomes kind of tedious. Like, I know for a fact I would never make a Halloween card, for example, in my personal use. They're cute stamps and everything, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with them. But look how much time I put into these techniques. These are so fun. You know what? I think I'm gonna have like a day where I go back and watch all my old videos and retry all these techniques with the way I would do them now. That'd be a fun series, right? Would you like to see that? When I feel like 2018, 2019 is when like my quality of my videos like hit a good peak here. You know, I think there's only so much you can improve your videos over time too. You know, like the lighting's decent now. My camera's pretty stable now. I'm not filming on top of Nintendo Wii games. I'm creating, I feel like the tutorial's quick enough that they stay interesting, lots of different cards. My goodness, this is tedious. I can't believe I sat there and did that. Okay, using cover plate dies and embossing over top of the paper first and ink blending. These are beautiful. I love them. I want to recreate these. I wonder if I still have that die. Probably not. Okay, so this here is actually a really important video. And this video here was a video that I was doing where I was asked to use a product that I really did not want to use. It was nothing I would have used personally as a crafter. It was something that just did not speak to me at all. And before it was sent to me, I had asked if I could sit this one out. And the answer was pretty much a no. And so I created this video. I did my best to figure out a way to use it. So you could see I'm talking lots in this video. And I ended up just using it as like showing how you could keep track of your distress blends or whatever, which is a cute idea. I never ended up keeping up with this or anything because, again, this is not my thing. And that was kind of my tipping point where I was like, I am not doing design teams and all of that stuff anymore. And my next video that came up was the very famous I Quit video. Yeah, and that came off as it was a turning point in my channel. It was a turning point for me as a crafter where I was like, you know what, I'm not in it for companies anymore. I'm here to make crafting videos for you and do things that I enjoy doing. And I'm done. I have more than enough product at this point in time. I don't need to work for product anymore. And I'm just gonna create what I love and have the most authentic channel and just share my opinions about what things I love and the things I don't. And a lot of people interpret it as I wasn't grateful for the times that I had on design teams, or I knew what I was signing up for, so, you know, even though you didn't get paid, you knew you weren't getting paid, you know, all of these things. And I completely agree. Yes, I signed up willingly for these design teams, and I knew I wasn't getting paid, and I did fight for the right to be paid in many of the companies and industries that I'm in. And then I just decided, you know what, I'm not going to rely on anyone else for views, for exposure, for income. I'm just going to do my own thing. And this was a really important part. So as grateful as I was when I'm looking back at all of these videos for the time that I had and how far it brought me on YouTube and everything like that, this was a big deal. So yeah, this is where it all starts, where I'm experimenting, not only just having fun with cards and using whatever supplies I want. I'm showing myself on screen. You know, I'm making customized things you can see here. Just mixing, matching all sorts of products, trying out different things, experimenting again. And not only that, but also experimenting with a little bit, you'll see in like upcoming videos, like angles and different filming techniques and things like that. And just making these really pretty cards where I was just so happy crafting. Yeah, and that's when I started doing videos like expensive versus inexpensive craft tools. Is it worth it? And actually, you know what? Every other industry there are on the planet does reviews, and you're allowed to say that you like something or that you don't like something. And this industry, that happens very rarely. Because, and I understand too, because a lot of the craft companies, you know, they are small businesses and they're trying to bring out innovative things, and I totally get all of that. They need to survive, so everything's great. But I just found that there was something missing too in sort of an honesty perspective, and to just say, you know what, this tool's okay, it's just okay. Or, you know, I used this, it was fun for 5 minutes and now it's not. Or, you know what, this probably is something you're not going to use very often and it's quite expensive, so you might want to think twice about buying it, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, I was having so much fun in this time period in 2020. And this is where I start making videos less and less, because but I also wanted to make sure that when I'm putting something on YouTube, it's worth watching. I'm not just creating because I'm supposed to create a video a week, or because I'm creating 3 videos a week. I'm not just creating to put something out there. When I put out a video, it's because it's well thought out. It's something I feel like it's worth sharing. It's worth doing. And yeah, so when I look at my videos now, I'm very, very proud of how far the channel has come, from creating as much content as possible, the experimenting phase, the design team phase, the opportunity to work with all sorts of different companies, going into the authentic phase and experimenting and having fun and exploring new opportunities and traveling and making friends. And it's been an absolute amazing journey. So I wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who's been a part of it so far. We're almost on our way to the silver button. For those of you that don't know, it means you get 100,000 subscribers. So it's getting there. And you know, over the years, my channel's evolved, and I'm sure it will still evolve, but I feel like I've really come into who I am and what I enjoy doing, and for the time being anyway. And so a big thank you to those who have been here since the very beginning, and anyone who's joined in between. I appreciate it, and yes, I will see you soon for another video.